Hi everyone, welcome to Table Talk. Around here, aren't we? It seems like it's either you or me or VJ all the time.
Right.
Get Shannon in there every once in a while, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, welcome. So I guess we'll just get started with what we're working on. You want to start?
Sure.
Mine are all big.
Hers are big and mine are small, which means she's got lots of stuff done and I do not. Anyway, so I have been working on this really cute quilt called Basket Bliss.
So cute.
Isn't it adorable? And the fabric is so fun. These baskets were so much fun to make. Like, look at her pattern though. Like, I love her patterns because she has pictures all along the way, which I love. And everything's numbered or like lettered, whatever. And it's just a fun. Look how cute these baskets are though.
They're turned out really cute.
This is from the line called Sun Washed by Corey Yoder.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's just so bright and happy and springy and, you know, after our
I like how you use the Swiss dot just to kind of break it up and not always use just, you know, solid.
Like a little fun surprise, right? I love the Swiss dot. The tone on tones where you get, like at first glance, you don't realize it's there. But these were fun to make. I'd never made baskets before.
Oh, really?
You know, in our Utah snow, it was kind of fun to make something springy, happy.
I know, huh?
Yeah,
Did you cut this part from a fat quarter or?
So we used a fat eighth.
Fat eighth. Okay, that's.
Yeah, and you cut
fun.
one of these from each one of the fabrics and then mix them all together. So it's just a fun.
Match.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
So anyway, I could just keep going and going.
Looks like she's got them all made. Gotta get it
Got
together.
the baskets, and now I'm working on these little flowers. I was trying really hard to get them done so I could show you, but it just didn't happen.
They look so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then I have a couple cross stitches that
Oh,
I've
yes.
been working on. Oh, my needle minder's stuck to the
Those
chair.
are like the new from the new patterns, right?
What? These? Okay, so from this book that we just got in, I've been working on this one that's right here. And there is how far I've gotten.
Nice.
Isn't that cute?
I love the colors.
The colors are very pretty.
Like from my camera, it looks a little darker, but when I see it, it's like some spring.
And it's
color.
like different colors. So you get like this is a different color. This is one color. This is one color. That's a different one.
Oh.
And then that one's a different.
Oops.
So
I'm going to turn it.
it's like, hello, the telephone. So then the other one that I've been working on is this cute one. And this is where I am on that.
The border.
So
Do you
cute.
like to start with borders?
I like to start with something that I can count off of. A lot of times I go 3. See, here's my little mark right there where my 3 inches in, 3 inches down is my mark is right there. I used one of the friction
Your
pens.
friction?
Yes, to make my mark. A lot of times I'll put my needle there, but then I'm like, but once you take your needle out,
You don't
then
know where
you
it is
can't find
anymore.
it. Yeah. So when I start, I usually start 3 inches, you know, either at the bottom or the top.
Yeah.
But I like to start with something because see now I have this I can count off of, and then it was easy to make this border so I could count off of.
Oh, so when
Does
you
that make
start,
sense?
all the rest you can count off.
Yeah,
from
so I
all
have
these
something
borders.
to count off of.
Because
And then I'm like, then I get all the yucky part done, and then I can start making cute
I want to
stuff.
know how many of these projects you have started in the last 2 months.
I know, right?
Every time we get a new pattern, Robin's, I gotta do that. And the next time I see her, she's got it all started and ready to go. It's like, okay, is that like number 25?
So I know. I've been watching a couple ladies on their floss tube, and they like crosshatch quilts. She's like, I'm a cereal starter. I see a squirrel and I go and I'm like, oh, that's
I
what
like
I
that.
am.
That's why
I'm
you
a cereal
watch her.
starter. So that's what I
Yes.
do. I just see it and start it and it get exciting. But then they were talking because I just go and stitch off of whatever my mood is, right? And I tend to start for whatever the season is. But then I thought, so I've heard like pumpkin hollow quilts and crosshatch and I think it was Sweetwater. They all have like rotations. So they'll have like so many projects picked out And then they'll rotate, work on one for 2 days, and then switch and work on a different one. And they get stuff done. And so I'm like, I need to rub shoulders with those ladies and get some stuff done.
Quilts?
Yes, they do. They all do. Every single one of them. And the quilts they make, they're like I am. They make beautiful quilts that, are not the super real fast ones. They're the beautiful, take your time.
Oh.
And then you're like, oh, they're so talented. So.
Can we,
That's awesome.
sorry, before Shelly goes into, can you flip through those?
Oh, the books?
Yeah, because they have several projects in a book.
So,
yeah.
But what I was going to say is sometimes on this one, there's my conversion. I will take and make a copy of it so that I can cross it off as I go. So I've made a copy of it and then I'm like, oh, I've done this. Because if it's
Do you lose
more
a highlighter,
one,
so you just highlight what you've done with the highlighter? Or
I
just
use one of those Sew Line colored pencils.
Okay.
Because then if you make a mistake, you can erase it. And then you can stitch
There
it
you
again
go.
if you need to.
Awesome.
Because that never happens, right?
Right.
Or always.
For a big project.
Yes.
Right.
But I want you to know, I have been working on my Kringles. So I throw that in when I,
Every once in a while.
and I'm like, okay, I'm going to so I got the rest of my little white fence that's on the roof done. Because I was like, I've got to, because I made a commitment. So I got to
There
We
you
get that
go.
will
one done.
follow up.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
So
Cool.
Shelly,
Now what you got?
So what I done?
She
So
finished.
I have this quilt here that I have finished. I showed this. Oh, it's probably been before Christmas that I showed this quilt.
no,
I just
at
had
the
the
end
blocks.
of the year.
Was
Actually.
Oh,
it?
yeah, because
Okay.
remember,
I just how long ago? I just brought a couple of the blocks, but now
Yeah.
the whole thing is it's called Dutch Days, and I should have grabbed the book. It's in a book called Fast Quilts, something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, but we have the kits in the store already for that, so that's here in the store.
Really
And this is from with the Flourish, Simple Simon, for Miley Blake. So that's
It's
that
different
fabric
pairing
line.
of colors too.
It
That's
is,
what I
and
like.
I loved it because I love the blue and the orange.
Mm-hmm.
I love those fabrics that are just, for some reason, I'm just stuck on that.
Yeah.
That's
Blues
what
and
I was
oranges
going
are
to
so
ask,
beautiful.
because I don't know if you usually like yellow. I mean, orange and blue. Do you usually?
Not
like blue?
usually, no. But I mean, this. I have another quilt that I'm making out of blues and oranges that I've collected. That is for one of those days quilts. One of these days, I'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
no,
one
not
of those.
normally. Not normally.
None of us
no.
have those, do we?
Right, and then I couldn't find my pattern, and I don't think I brought it in. Anyway, this one's called At a Glance. These little clipboards
Look how cute
are really
these
fun
are.
to see. This fabric line is called Eden, and I can't remember who this one's by.
I just know it's from Riley Blake.
Yeah, it's Riley Blake. I
That's
don't
a
remember.
beautiful fabric.
Yes,
Right
that
here.
is. But like here is some more of the little clipboards that we have here.
They are so cute. It's such a different quilt.
Strawberries.
And at first glance, when you look at it, you think, oh, that's going to be a
Although
hard
now
one.
you say blues and oranges, I'm looking at
You might be.
Shelly,
Maybe
are you
I'm
like
lying. Maybe just a little bit.
Oh, a little bit of pink.
Anyway, yeah, and there's a little bit of pink and yellow kind of thrown in there. But yeah, so those are all. And this was fun. This is another fast, easy one.
Well, because
that
you
you
look
could
at it and
bring
you
in.
think you could get intimidated by
Mm-hmm.
making
It's
a
a
clipboard.
clipboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, you have one big, huge piece, you frame it, and then you put the little thing on the top,
Because then, see, when
There's
you
little
see
pieces
a quilt,
here
you
on the
see
top,
the littles.
but yeah.
You see the little pieces, and then that's like, oh, okay.
But that
And then
works.
when
That's
you
fun.
are done, you just put like a border.
Yeah, they're just like a sashing in
A
between it,
sashing.
and then there'll be a sashing between each row.
Okay.
And
That
then a
is
border
really
around
cute.
it,
That
but
turned
yeah.
out fun.
We have books from last year. We have baskets this year and clipboards.
Yep.
Yep, and
We-
then I have been busy. All of a sudden I've been in the mood, and so every time, and most of my quilts I've done are like all easy, simple. This one's not quite done yet. See, these are the ones in the making right now. I cut a fabric wrong, and yes, we cut fabric wrong all the
Wait,
time.
we do?
But
That
this is a panel from is it Ahoy Matey? I think is the name of the line.
Hoist sale? No. I forgot. Sorry.
Sorry, and I don't have my pattern here for it. Oh, yes, I do. Right
Hoist the sail.
Hoist the Sail is the name
Yeah.
of it. It's Hoymady is the name of the pattern.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's what it's gonna look like. I have my borders. It has this cute little border that goes on the side. This
so
one
cute,
it has a little star. So this will go on each side of it. So I have 2 of those. And then you have it going across the top. And I didn't get that one made because I cut a fabric wrong and I didn't have a chance to make all the stars. Anyway, so there's that one that we'll have.
We'll not rush you next time.
No, I have others. I am not done. I told you, I have been like kicking butt here.
She has been.
Okay, this is from Art Gallery. It's called Gayle Loraine. And we're gonna have to
Stand up.
stand up so we can get this one out here.
Wow, it's pretty.
Look how cute that
It
is.
has a
So
center and
yeah, so this one is called Unforgettable. Sorry, I have it. Hold on. I made this out of the Gayle Loraine line.
yeah.
And this is actually a free pattern on Art Gallery's website. So Unforgettable.
So
And it is using a template. You make these petals are a template, and you use heat and bond, and you'll put them on there. And then I just straight stitched around them. I went around them like 2 or 3 times, just so that they would stay down. They might fray a little bit when I wash them, but I think that's kind of the feel of the quilt for that to happen. So we'll
really
have that
cute,
one
Shell.
here.
That's cute.
And then I have one more.
Oh my goodness. It
So
just
many
keeps
quilts
coming.
I
Oh, and I
know.
guess we're
Let
starting.
me just tell you, my quilting budget has been busted big time this time around. This whole year. This year, I have really just outgone with it. Okay, and this line is called Down the Rabbit Hole. It's another Riley Blake. So Alice in Wonderland here.
Look how
And
Yes.
it's just fast and simple. I think reason I just drawn to these is because they've been fast and easy. You can whip them up in a day.
Yes.
And we're kidding it, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and all of these we'll have kits for here in the store. But
Yeah, I love these.
anyway, yeah.
Right?
So that's the pattern, just simple, easy.
Oh, you put out the same way, the pattern?
I did. Yep.
Oh.
So it will be the exact same way as pictured on here. So yeah, and this is using 10-inch squares. So that's why it's already half of it's already
Yeah,
cut
it's
out
cut.
for you. So
Yeah.
that made it fast and simple as well. So anyway.
That's
I
cute.
think right now I do have others in the works, but I didn't bring them, so that's for another
Look
day.
at you.
Yeah, I know.
Got
Like
so
all
much
the
done.
details.
In the time she did that, I made some baskets.
And cross stitch.
I did some cross stitch too.
Well, I don't do cross stitch, so all my time goes to this. So anyway,
Right. Well, the nice thing about for cross stitch for me is I can take it and go sit with the fam.
right.
My one son's needed some extra attention lately. And so,
So you can
I just sit and
accompany
hang.
him.
He would not admit that he he would not
He wouldn't
admit.
need. He didn't need help.
Because
but-
he's 20 and he's cute and he's like, all manly, but
So this one Anna finished up just a little
Little baby quilt.
baby
Oh,
quilt.
look how
yeah,
sweet
it's
that
just so
is.
little.
that's cute.
I love the border she chose.
Mhm.
It just has a
With
mellow
little
kind of.
X's. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Just so
sorry,
soft.
the
It's
binding.
little. It's fun. Yeah.
Nice colors, muted colors. More of those muted colors are
Yeah.
Right.
kind of the trend now, aren't they?
Very neutral.
Yes. Oh, and look at her
Yep.
backing.
I know. Just
Little sweet deer. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
So much
And this
fun.
is another one of those. I'm not sure what that line was called, but.
Cuteness.
Yeah.
Oh, and then,
And
oh,
then-
yeah,
this is
that's
another Shelly.
Shelly. I forgot I
another
had that
finish for you.
one.
Finish this.
So the
This one.
table toppers that Riley Blake did last
Oh,
year,
here we go.
and this is the March one.
Do you like Shamrock's? No. What do you call it? St. Patrick's theme. Personally.
Do I like? No, not necessarily. This was just something that I knew that needed to be made up in the store, and so
And she's really good that way.
And
If
these
there's
are,
something
you know,
in-
these are pretty, I shouldn't say all of them are simple, but most of them are pretty simple to do. There's a couple of them that might be a little bit more challenging, but yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel like Shelly always pick up the project down.
Her and VJ are really good about
That's
that.
Sandy's always saying, pick something you like. And I said, everybody else has something I like, so I have to pick something that nobody else has.
So
Is that
need
why
to-
you
need
have-
to-
Is that why you,
You
have
need
so
to
many
grab. Well, you
orange
grab
and
this.
blue?
I did.
one,
I grabbed that
this
one, yes.
And this one isn't like. That
Yeah,
one's pretty
that's
too.
true. But yeah.
So you
anyway.
do those, but then you also take care of
Yes.
the store.
I do take care of the store.
And then I'll sit in your middle. I did a little part, and everybody at the Stitch Night was asking where we get these ones, the backboards. So according to Sandy,
It is on the back.
yeah, it is on the back, so you can find it from their website. Yes, there are some address in your pattern. You can find them. And yeah.
Well, and the funnest thing about these boards is that, well, little tags, they're called tags, they look like a tag. They already have the gingham. She's already done the gingham, so it's already on the board for you. So you just add whatever stitchery.
So you just have to mount your stitchery and put it right on.
Yeah.
And you guys were saying, Sandy was saying that for all of these that she finishes, she has these things on her Etsy.
Yeah, she does. And that's what the website takes you to. But you have this winter ones. She has there's a Valentine's and a spring.
There's an autumn.
And
right?
what's this one? Oh, spring and autumn. Yeah. So
Are
she's
you
got like all the seasons.
Yeah.
Winter, spring.
Then she say they got the bees ones.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bee one come out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that
a-
has bees or
well, that's
something
gonna
on
be
it.
cute.
So anyway, so
For all
there's
those people that
that's
like-
something new that we've had in the store.
Okay. Sorry.
Nope, you're good.
Feel like I just come here to disturb your.
You're
Bees.
fine.
We'll take it.
Fine.
So I finished this bag because I like bags, I guess. And then using Ameroonie's pattern, we have them. We carry them in the store, but probably not a lot of
Look
people
how
know.
cute this is. Little.
That's adorable.
I changed up the pattern a little bit to be this
Right.
size, but then I'm like, I probably
Look how
should do
fun.
this bottom part a little bit more so it shows.
Be a little bit bigger, but I think that's fine. You don't
I
want to
think
take
it's
over
still
too
too
much.
much.
It's still
of the
adorable,
bag,
though.
But
That's
yes, I think
fun.
it's really cute.
Yeah, I think this whole collection is just like, I don't know,
Perfect
spring,
for
summer.
bags. It's perfect for bags.
Yeah.
Well, and as we talk about going back to the spring, I mean, I took that one because, spring, I was kind of feeling the
You
same way.
want
We
to
needed
Get
to
away.
be cheered up.
Yeah.
We'll see, our mountains
Snow.
have had over 600 inches of snow this winter.
Well, and it
so-
was snowing yesterday. And
Yeah,
so
last night,
we
right?
just,
Yeah,
yeah.
last afternoon.
So
Yeah,
we just
so
always
it's just
look
like,
for anything fun
We
and
got to
bright.
get into the
happy.
groove.
Right?
Yeah, get the spring and summer here now.
Right? We're ready for that, aren't we?
For sure.
I remember
Yes.
in my middle school we learned about this is our geographic class, okay? But this was like kind of, I don't know. This is just the information we learned. They're like, oh yeah, people in Scandinavian get depressed because the winter's too long and everything. So I asked one of my friend from Finland. I was like, do you guys get like that kind of winter depression? She's like, well, not everybody. You just find something fun for you to do. She's like, I go to church and stuff. Well,
Yeah.
that was my education.
Right. There you go. That's it. You have to make the best of it.
Like January for me, I know a lot of people get depressed in January,
Mm-hmm.
but my anniversary's in January and my granddaughter's birthday's in January. So
Yeah.
there's just so much fun stuff. So
It's just like what she was saying. If you find something to do, so maybe it's the sewing.
Yeah.
If you have the sewing or a cross stitch or something you
that's
can
when
do
you get
in
to
those
hunker
cold
down
months.
and you don't have to have that conflict between
Right.
do I want to be outside because it's nice and warm, or I want to sew and it's like if I could take my sewing machine outside,
I know.
but the wind would probably blow my pieces everywhere.
I know exactly.
Don't want to be outside.
We do not have a day where there is not a breeze or a stiff
Right?
wind.
I swear we always have wind.
For For
but
sure.
it's nice.
All right. So what's our questions for the day, Emerald?
So I was sewing the other day on my day off, and then I was like, sometimes I get distracted, so I want to ask about your experience. Like, what do you do in your day off? And then what's your sewing habit during your day off or on the weekends? Because I know there are people who make lists, and then they like to check off their lists. So they will like do something for 3 hours and go to the next project, so they have something to check.
That's not
But
me.
I don't know. Yeah,
No.
I feel like
I know the night before, if I don't have to work late the night before, I know I have a day I can sew.
Mhm.
I will do like some cutting and some prep work so that
Get
when
it
I
ready.
sit down at my sewing machine, I can just sew. I can, just sit
so
down.
get ready.
And sometimes, and as you can tell, the last couple of times I've had 3 and 4 projects sitting at my machine already cut out and ready to sew. So what I have done lately is I will sew until I have to press. And then I'll set that aside and move to my next little project, and I'll sew that until I have to iron, and I'll set that aside. And then I will go
She's
to my
like a
big
factory.
iron. Yes, I have this pile of ironing I have to do. Even though I have my little little iron right here by me, I like to go to my big iron. I don't, for some reason, it just presses better, and I like the steam. I'm a steam person on my
Oh,
quilts.
I am too.
Does a
And
small
so-
iron usually not have steam?
The one I have, it does steam, but it steams when it wants to steam, not when I want it to steam.
So it's like a teenager,
So, yeah, exactly.
pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, if there's little pieces, and I need to press them, because sometimes you don't have to press this, like if you're joining seams. It seemed to help, so I know which way I need to press it when I join the seams first,
Mhm.
and then I'll go and press it. That's kind of what I've done with these easier quilts, the bigger pieces.
Mhm.
And so I've done that lately, but I always have at least 2, maybe 3 already cut sitting. I have a table off to the side of my sewing machine, and then that's all I do. I will get in the groove and I will just sew and sew on. And I forget that I have a water bottle that I should have a drink out of every once in a while.
That's so
I have a TV and I stick it, Hulu, Netflix, whatever, and I will just stick it on that show. And
So I have a
I
question.
can go from 9 o'clock in the morning till my husband gets home at 6, 7 o'clock at night.
What?
And then I still want to
You
go.
just sit there.
Yeah.
Don't even
Or when
move.
I have to go pick my son up from school, I'm like, oh, I got it. It's like, oh my gosh, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And usually that's the time it's like, oh, maybe I should have had some lunch. So I need to have a little snack before I go back upstairs. But yeah, I don't get distracted.
See, you need
Once
to
I'm in the
drink
groove-
more so that then you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, so
'cause
I
then
have
that
to
makes
get
you
up.
get up and move.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I always, oh, dang, I gotta go. You know?
Yeah.
What
So-
was your question?
So my question for you is, when you're picking your show and you're turning on a show to sew, do you pick something that you know and you don't have to watch, or do you pick something?
Sometimes. So I've been watching Grey's Anatomy. Okay, that's probably,
Mhm.
probably the latest one that I have watched.
Mhm.
And those shows are kind of almost the same thing in each episode. You know,
Yeah.
something happens to someone and they take care of
They're
it.
ones
type
that
of
you
thing.
can just listen
Yeah.
to and go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if there's a part where it's more of the personal for the the people in there, I might like pay a little bit more attention to because I want to know what's going on. Is she
Right.
gonna break up with
Wait,
him?
wait,
is she
is it-
gonna?
are they gonna-
right?
Is she gonna slap him?
Right,
No.
exactly.
I gotta watch the slap.
So little things
Or
like
the
that.
kiss. Yeah.
And then I am a crime person, so Dateline and Dateline you can listen to
Oh yeah.
and not have to
And
really
you
watch.
sometimes you don't want to watch those.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to see that crime scene.
Yeah. So I watch shows more like that. So.
Okay, that's right.
Right,
Because
watch it,
and
yeah.
like my go-to shows is Sound of Music, Gilmore Girls, like because I know those by heart, and you can sing along, or you can
Right.
talk the stuff to yourself, as you go.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
most of the time, I have to turn on something that
Yeah. Okay, another question I have is, what are one thing you have to have in your sewing room to keep you focused, or like to keep you just stay in your sewing room? Because I get distracted. I sew, And then I go out, I do some dishes.
Do you have a room to sew in?
I have a small
So
room.
you have a small room.
Yeah.
So,
I share the room with my husband. He has his 3D printer in that room.
Okay.
So like I have a little part of it.
Right.
And then it's usually like I sew. And then I'm not like Shelly. I don't even do prep work for what I'm going to sew. I just like, what am I going to sew tomorrow? Okay, this bag.
There
so
you
I
go.
pick out
And then
some
you
fabric. Yeah.
Well, your bags probably take a lot less cutting.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because
Yeah.
some of the quilts
do.
can take you several hours to cut out, you know. But I like Shelly, I like to get my prep work done like that. And then I'm really weird. I like to get all my half square triangles done or my flying geese or whatever, things like that out of the way. But I can get distracted very easily. So for me, when I get to sew with a friend, I do I do really well. Or if I leave the house, I do really well. I get distracted because I can hear my family in the, you know, distance talking. I liked when I had my sewing machine was in the family room, and I've had it in the kitchen before. Because you're right there in the hub with everybody, you know. But they're older now, and they don't like to hang out with me. So like the other day, I was like, Kenzie, don't you have some homework? My table's empty on that side. You don't even have to talk to me.
Oh,
and
you
so
want her to be
I
there
just
so you
suppress
can
it.
She just has to have someone
I just like
next to her.
The dog, I'll bribe him, come lay at my feet. Because then I'm like, oh, I don't want to disturb the dog, so I can't get up. And I need to keep my phone away from me, right?
Right.
So,
That's
yeah,
funny.
I like to.
Funny,
I like friends.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to sew with me,
I mean,
you know.
I don't care if anybody's in there with me. I can do it, but
I know.
I can't be in silence. I either have to have music or the TV.
For sure.
Have to have something playing.
For sure.
I can't,
That's probably that for me.
I
That's
probably
the
will
most
last
important.
10 minutes at the most if there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
And so I'll either go find something or.
And I think it's all your mindset too. Like on days when I gotta get stuff done, that's why I love to say, I have to work for the store. I have to get my work quilt done. You know what I mean? Because it's guaranteed sewing time.
Yeah.
So I think, but I think it is all your mindset, you know, where you're like, okay, I'm not going to get distracted today. I'm not going to let my phone be right here. You know, I'm just going to get it done. Because I work way better under pressure. If I know something has to be done, then I get it done. Like I have known to be like, oh, your birthday's in 2 weeks. Oh, I wanted to sew a quilt for you and do the whole thing. And it's never easy.
Maybe I'll give you a little stage. I'll be like,
right?
Robin, I want to market that thing on this week. Week.
Oh, I'm totally good. Because like the last quilt I did, I was like, okay, I, you know, did it, you know, the whole, well, my Christmas quilt took forever and I'm going to make this one fast. And I did it in 3 days from start to finish, you know? So it's like, it's all your mindset.
I guess we covered the last 2 questions because I was going to ask what makes you feel like a good space, comfortable space for your sewing room. What do you put in? And like, how do you, I guess we also cover this, like, how do you start off your day off? How do you, because I know you all run errands for the family and stuff, but like if you want to sew on that day, how do you usually, like Shelly says she prepped the fabric,
right? And if I have errands or something I have to do that day, I would try to schedule it first thing in the morning. So because if you get started
like dentist,
it's hard to I gotta go, you know, like I said, when I have to go pick my child up at 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'm like, you know. So if I can have things done at the first of the day, if I have to go grocery shopping or appointments or whatever, try to schedule those first things. So when I get home, it's like,
it's my
I have the rest of the day. Yes, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
How about you, Robin?
So my husband runs my errands because of my back. Because I can't go to the grocery store and do the majority of the shopping. So my husband does that now. So I'll make my list on my notes on my phone, and his phone's connected. So then it's like, okay, we need this and this and this and this. And then he just stops on his way home, you know?
That's nice.
So, and then I still have teenagers at home that I can be like, and they're really good about, you know, helping out that way. So I don't have to do the errands, but.
You don't have you don't have to feel like I only have this time to sew.
Well, you know, but like, you know, like it's all a mindset. Because if I know, like, I get my nails done and I also have physical therapy, and those are kind of like, okay, so if I have something, I have to make myself, okay, you can, because otherwise I'll be like, well, I have my therapies at this time. But if I don't say, okay, go sit in your sewing room, it only takes 10 minutes to get there. You know what I mean? So I have to just tell myself,
Right.
You can sew for 15 minutes and then feel like, oh, I got something done. It's kind of like that thing.
It's just
my
like,
mom.
oh yeah, I gotta go unpick that. Maybe this I had, you know, that's
Right.
the time you do your unpicking is when you know you only have a few minutes, but it's gotta be
Right.
done.
When you do the unpicking, when you come to it, just do it. Just do the unpicking. But I guess it's just like this. When I got married, my mom said, get up, get ready every day, and make your bed. So get up, get ready, make your bed.
Do the hard thing
and now
first.
get that stuff out of the way so that, you know, get your errands done, whatever you need to do.
Right.
Make your favorite drink, whatever it is. Get your little goodie, whatever it is. And then your cute little paper towel to wash your hands when you eat your goodie so you don't get it on your fabric, because I'm psycho like that. But, you know, just...
I just use my pants. Wipe
Right,
it on my
that's
shirt.
what pants are
On
for.
my pants.
But you know, I think as long as we're just having fun, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have a deadline, it's a different story. But if you do, then
Yeah, I have noticed that when I procrastinating something, it's because when I decide if I really want to do it or not.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I just always go do it anyway. So I'm like, that's why I procrastinate. So I might as well just do it.
right, because when you have those things in your back of your head, like the unpicking or the ironing or and you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
When I have any of that in my head, I'm like, okay, go do that first. Just do it. So it's over with, and then you can, just do it, and
So you're
then
not thinking
enjoy.
about it all the time.
So it's
yeah.
yeah, because then like I always make sure to have a project that I can work on that doesn't make that you don't have to think. That mundane sewing
Right.
of like your flip and sews or your half square triangles where you can just sew and go. And then the ones like if you have one that you have to think on and you're not in that, don't do it. Move on, go to something that you don't have to think of. So just don't let
Right.
yourself get stressed out.
It's all back to the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I have to make 1,000,000 flying geese.
1,379 half square
Making the
triangles.
flying geese aren't bad. It's the sitting down and having to trim them.
Oh, yeah.
Bothers you. It's
The
like, oh, I have to
trim and the iron or the
trim.
whatever.
Next trim,
Right.
But, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to jump in.
Okay.
So today, our giveaway question is comment to tell us what's your day off or sew day routine. Like, how do you start your sew day? And then just what helps you to keep sewing during the day.
Keep you motivated.
Comfy clothes,
Yep.
good show, good friends.
And then we're giving away 2 fat quarters so you can start making this bag.
Awesome. Woohoo.
Make a cute little
You
bag.
can make more than one bag.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
2
2
fat quarters.
can get you
You could make
Oh,
so
yeah.
many of those.
For
These
sure.
would make a great gift too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially like if you have teenagers, your
comes-
young woman.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
There, yes, fun. Okay.
Grandson, put Hot Wheel cars in.
There you go.
So,
yep,
yeah,
for
we
sure. All right, is that all? I think we're done.
Yep.
Thanks
All
for
right, well,
joining us.
yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.